Okay, let's continue on with functions. G is a function defined by this equation. We're going to find g of 3, and then we're going to solve when it's equal to 0. So let's start with A, and that would be, we're going to find, okay, we're going to find g of 3. So g of 3 means we want to put 3 in, so negative 3 times 3, or negative 9 plus 5, which is negative 4. So a g of 3 equals negative 4. Okay, it's part of our answer. And pull spots off. Okay, and then let's do B, where we have g of x equals 0. Well, g of x is negative 3x plus 5, so we're going to set that equal to 0, and then find the x. Okay, so minus 5 divided by negative 3. So x would be a positive 5/3. So our answer to B is g of 5/3 will give us 0. Or, depends on how they ask the question, x equals 5/3. Okay. All right. Let's do a quadratic function. Here, this function is defined. H is a little trinomial. We're supposed to find h of 0 and then when it is equal to 0. So two different things. So, well, h of 0 means I'm just going to put 0 in for x. So that's 0 squared minus 3 times 0 minus 10. Well, that's nice because that's 0 minus 10, or negative 10. So h of 0 equals negative 10. That's our answer for A. And we'll highlight that. Okay. So B, or sorry, C. That's C and D. Silly me. C and D. Okay. Just put a nice C there. There we go. All right. So D says, hey, when is your function equal to 0? So let's take the function and set it equal to 0. I'm thinking that factors times to negative 10 and add to negative 3. That's 5 times 2 with a negative on the 5. So we'll factor that as 5 times 2, negative on the 5, positive on the 2. Set each of these equal to 0. So I get x equals 5. And minus 2, so x equals negative 2. So D, x equals 5 and x equals negative 2, or you could write h of 5 equals 0, h of negative 2 equals 0. They mean the same thing. Okay, let's do another one of those quadratics. Okay, those are pretty popular, guys. All right, so we've got, let's go with yellow. Another quadratic, x squared minus x. And we're going to find h of 0, which means I plug in 0. And I get 0. So I'm going to write h of 0 equals 0. This is actually E. Okay, and then F is, hey, solve your equation for 0. So I'll do x squared minus x equals 0. It's a binomial. So as if any trinomial, I'm going to factor what they both have. They both have an x, leaving me with x minus 1. Then I set both of these equal to 0. So x equals 0 or 1. So that was E on F. X equals 0, x equals 1. Or I might let you know that h of 0 equals 0 and h of 1 equals 0. I'm just helping you get used to the function notation by doing it both ways. All right, now let's talk about how we might use a graph to evaluate a function. Okay, so here's a graph. And we want to find f of negative 4, f of 0, and f of 4. And then we're going to write our answers as ordered pairs. All right, so first let's look at f of negative 4. So what this means is that negative 4 is my input, which is the x. So I'm going to go to negative 4 right here on my x-axis. And then I'm going to go to where the function is, and I'm going to find out what the output is. That output is negative 2. So if I put negative 4 in, which is my x-axis, the function actually ends up at negative 2. All right, let's try f of 0. That means my input is 0. That's right here. And I stay there. So my point is 0, 0 because my input is 0 and my output is 0. And let's try the third one, f of 4. Here's my input at 4, and my output is way up here at 2. So f of 4 comes out as a 2. Now I need to be able to write these answers as ordered pairs. So I'll do that in dark green. That means that my input or my x value is negative 4 and my output is negative 2. And you can see that this point on the graph is negative 4, negative 2. My input is 0, my output is 0, and you can see that this point is 0, 0. My input is 4, my output is 2, and you can see that this point is 4, 2. Okay, let's try another graph. We just have to find two things this time. Okay, we're going to find f of 0, and then we're also going to solve where my function is equal to 0. So first of all, f of 0 means that my input is 0. Well, so is my output. So in this case, we also have f of 0 equal to 0. Now this one says, hey, what's my input to come out to 0? That means that I need to find the x value. The x value is missing, and my y is 0. So if we look at this, where it's right on the grid there, so this point right here is negative 4, 0, and this point right here is 0, 0, and both of them have an output of 0. So that means that my x could equal either negative 4 or 0 to come out to be 0. Okay, so the answer to that would be, oops, let's just do it in the back. Let's just do, so my answer to that would be x equals negative 4 and 0. And this was my demo up here. All right, let's try another one because these are a little tricky, but you'll get good at them and then you'll go, yeah, I get it. Okay, so we got lots of stuff going on here. So we've got, first we're going to find f of 1, f of negative 1, and f of 3. Let's do that. Okay, f of 1 means if my input is 1 right here, what's my output? 1. And if my input is negative 1, which is here, what's my output? It's 1 again. What if my input is 3? Where do I end up? Up there at 3. Okay, this is called the absolute value function because no matter what I put in, it comes out positive, same number. All right. Now let's go the opposite way. Let's find where is the function equal to 1, 2, 3, or negative 2. Okay, so at what x value can I put in here? Where do I go on my, I'm going to actually erase these guys. Okay, now we're looking at the x-axis. Which of those x inputs give me a 1 when I come up here? Right here and right here. So what are my x values? X equals 1 or x equals negative 1. And both of those inputs will give me an output of 1. And the points would be 1 with an output of 1, or negative 1 also has an output of 1. Okay? So these ones are the same as that one. Let's look at this with another color. What if it comes to 2? Here it is right here. this is what input gets me clear up to 2 right here? Well, this is the one I'm talking about, both of these. So the inputs would have to be, x would have to be 2 and also -2. How about 3? Let's do dark green. So for f of x to equal 3, that means that's this point right here. So there's my input, and there's my input. So x would equal 3 or -3. What about -2? How am I going to get a -2? It's not going to happen because there's nothing down here. -2 would be down here, and my function doesn't go down there, so no solution on that one. Okay. Okay, let's try completing a table of values for a function. And here we go. We're going to be given this function right here, and we just want to put in, if this is x, what is f of x? Okay, so if I put in -1, what would happen here? It would be 3 times -1 minus 4, so that's -3 minus 4. That comes out -7. Okay, what if we put in 2? That would be 3 times 2 minus 4, or 6 minus 4 is 2. Let's go with 3. So 3, we'll put in 3 here. 3 times 3 minus 4 would be 9 minus 4, or 5. And you can see you can put in whatever numbers you want here to evaluate the function and to express the function numerically with a table. I might as well just throw one more in there. Let's just put in -2. Oops. Let's go back and let's put in -2. So that would be f of -2 is 3 times -2, take away 4, -6. Negative there gives me a -10. Okay, so we can do that. Okay, and I'm going to pause the video here and get the last bit in part C.